Yo, it's Friday night, 9 p.m. sharp. You know what time it is.
The Narcocop and Tim Troiano hitting you with that Lambo energy.
He's Mike by name, but the streets call Narcocop. Used to bust dealers, now he's busting long shots. Retired badge, now he's bad with the bets. Octagon fiend, cashing slips, no regrets. Friday night fight, Seki poured on ice. Lambo Plays podcast, breaking down the price. Got parlays, KO, subs in round 3. Split decision magic, cash it like a G. Lambo Plays, it's a wild parade. Long shots flying, getting that paid. Tim with impressions, Narco's got the locks. Whisper bet of the week, gonna shock your socks. Lambo Plays, the odds go cray. Spin that wheel, it's a betting ballet. KO's a B, round 2 or 3. Hit that split, cashing big, LFG. Tim Troiano, lotion in hand. Tennis coach by day, fight fan of the land. Watching WMMA, yeah, you know the drill. Playing with himself, just joking, but still. Impressions fly, Katona in the house. Roses Jr squeaking, Tim's loud like a mouse. Cornholio vibes, he's stealing the show. Narcos like bruh, but they still go toe to toe. Round 2 chaos, round 3 gold. Split decisions, bets unfold. Side case sipping, parlays lit. Lambo energy, never quit. Lambo Plays, it's a wild parade. Long shots flying, getting that paid. Tim with impressions, Narco's got the locks. Whisper bet of the week, gonna shock your socks. Lambo Plays, the odds go cray. Spin that wheel, it's a betting ballet. KOSOB, round 2 or 3. Hit that split, cashing big, LFG.
Narcocop, Timmy T, Friday nights, a Lambo Plays podcast. Where long shots live large, and splits hit harder. We out. We out. We out.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Narcocop MMA. This is the Lambo Plays podcast, episode 148, UFC 320. I'm your host, Mike, along with my co-host, Tim. Tim, UFC 320, 14 fights, no fallouts. Surprisingly, we almost had a fallout, but, Daniel Santos wanted a fight that was almost at 155. I have no idea why. But, again, a guy that couldn't make weight asked for a catch weight, and he received it. So now they're fighting at whatever, 153 or some weird number. It's a 14-fight card. It's a really good card as far as matchups are concerned and some interesting fights. But, man, from a betting perspective, I have a really hard time getting to bets here, man. It's just it's one of those cards that I just don't really see a lot of value in money lines.
100%. We were talking about a pre-show. Yeah, I feel the same way. I have only a few bets on props. So far, we're going to chop it up and try to figure out which are the best ones to maybe take some shots on here. But, yeah, before the show, I think I've got 3 bets made on some props. So that's about it.
Yeah, it's going to be a really small prop. My smallest card of all time, honestly. I'm not adding anything. I'm just going to let it roll with what I have. I did okay today in PFL, so I'm going to let it roll and see what happens. But before we move on, let me go over to my chat really quick. Elijah Juan, let's effing go. He says he's hyped for this super long shot. Yeah, I have a pretty good long shot for my Lambo parlay. Azure, awesome card, and even more awesome, our host, Narcocop, and our co-host, Tim. Appreciate you both and our crew that shows up every week. Let's effing go. Buster Jansen says, sorry for the Romero joke last week. I thought everyone knew of the time Yoel shouted, don't forget about Jesus, but it came out. No forget Jesus. Look it up. JRE explains it's very funny. I don't remember that one. Free UFC bet pick says banger card Cannot wait. Dixon Sider, Narco and Tim, you won't believe what happened at work today. This guy, Dixon, always has stories. Let's see what happened today. This new guy walks in to pick up some mops, and in the process, hit me in the face with the mop stick. So I slapped him and put him to sleep with a triangle. This guy. What the fuck? I thought I was going to read a real story here, and this guy is putting people in triangles. Now, see, Dana wants to put you in Contender Series now, see? Hangry Dana wants to put you in Contender Series. Oh, PFL, where do we even begin? Yes, sir, Sharp Boy. I know it's tough. Mushroom, what's up, Narco and Tim? 20 hours, 54 minutes, and 8 seconds until violence. Jackie Blaine went to Paris and stayed in Europe for 4 weeks. Glad to be home with two of the best in the biz on my TV while I sear some Wagyu. Oh, baby. Tim, I haven't heard Tim sizzling those Wagyus up the last couple of weeks. I don't know what's going on.
I've been eating clean since September, dude. I haven't had anything. I've been eating insanely clean for a while now.
Wow. Yeah. Look at that. Tim is eating clean. He's getting ready for Contender Series, guys.
That's right.
It's either Contender Series or the Tennis Moms. I don't know which one, but
definitely Contender Series
for sure.
Yeah. You guys haven't seen those moms.
Billy Joel, Narco and Tim gonna take me from my 2024 Supra to a new 2026 GR Supra that just came out. I have some good bets, I think, on this card and one great long shot. Yeah. Hopefully we take you there, my friend. Hopefully we take you there. Nicholas Barrett, bum cheeks, he says. I don't know what he refers to, but something is bum cheeks. Double flush, looking to turn $8 into $10,000 again. Yeah, actually, I don't know if you saw that, Tim, but last week, Double flush in my Discord turned $8 into $10K on I think it was a takedown ladder. It was a takedown ladder, yeah. DO7 Narco, the 4-year anniversary is coming up for the Lambo Place podcast. Are we getting a special Lambo anniversary parlay worth $10K? Wow. Yeah, I didn't even know it was 4-year anniversary, Tim. What are we doing for 4 years? We got to do something good. I'm going to do some giveaways. I'm definitely going to do some giveaways there. So we'll see what happens. LJU Coin, what's up, fam? Let's smash the books again tomorrow. Yes, sir. Let's smash them. Fireside, what's up? Who else do we have? Daz, my man, Daz Files. Let's go, Daz, my man. Always supporting. Have you seen Daz in a while? I think unless I've been missing him. I really haven't seen him for a minute here. But glad to have him back. I love Daz in the comments, and he's always supporting the channel. Glenbot, what's up, my man? Thank you for joining as well. Felipe, big card equals big money. Landon Warner, what's up? Also, Eric Albright, what's up? Fine people, what's up, my man? Thank you for joining as well. Hit the like Playing for Real said. Reposted by DJIB. See, this is a nice man right here. If you're on Twitter, please repost it. Let's get more people in here. It's 255 people right now. Let's get the number to 500. How about that? Get it to 500, and we might give you a really special Lambo parlay. Cole Chambers, these guys going to start the show. Oh, yeah, we were a little late there. MMA Locksmith, what's up? William Tyner, let's go. Evelyn Stone in the house. Who else do we have here? Rude One, let's go. Haymaker, what's up, my man? Thank you for joining. Thank you for the emoji. What's up, Danny? Danny's in the house. Appreciate you. She is on X. Mr. Wipeout, who does Tim have winning WTA Beijing? Aman Ansamova. Tim?
Don't hate it. Yeah, I haven't been paying too much attention, to be honest with it, but
Tim is busy training people. You know, he's not busy betting the tennis world. But all right, Tim, let's start out. We got 14 fights. First fight of the night. It is in the women's flyweight division, and it is the 7-4 Brogan Walker, 36 years old, 5'4", 67-inch reach, going up against the 29-year-old Veronica Hardy. She's 5'4", 64-inch reach, and a 9-5-1 record. Tim, somehow, some way, always first fight of the night, and it's Tim calling it, and it's a women's fight. How does this happen all the time? I just don't get it. It's like the UFC knows Tim is going to go first, and they put the women's fight first. So, Tim, first fight of the night. It is. There's people asking if the lotion's coming out this week. It has to a little bit.
Yeah, definitely, dude. Veronica Hardy fights are definitely lotion worthy. I don't know about Brogan Walker, but she's more in my age bracket, but not in the looks bracket. But yeah, definitely. Veronica Hardy is she's sponsored by Jergens. So yeah, for sure. Yeah, about the fight though, I mean, I think Hardy rolls here. I don't think that there's really anything that I see from Brogan Walker that is threatening or really good. Honestly, don't really know how she's still in the UFC, except for potentially prop up certain fighters that they want to prop up, like in this fight. For me, I just think Veronica Hardy is going to be better everywhere. I think she's going to be way, way quicker on the feet. I think she has grappling upside if she wanted it. Brogan really is allergic to takedown defense, just really isn't good. I think that this is Veronica Hardy all day. Give me a frustrating, probably losing by decision here with Hardy after she beats her ass into oblivion and has 3 rear naked chokes that are in each end of the round for 5 seconds. And so give me round 2, round 3, Hardy. And then I don't hate the sub 2-3. It's 12-1, 19-1 for round 2, round 3. Sub 2 is plus 2,500. Sub 3 is plus 3,500. Her submission prop is plus 750. I don't hate that either. I think if she takes her down, I know that Brogan Walker kind of is supposedly a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but like honestly, I'm not buying it. So I think she can get armbarred from bottom if she ends up reversing. I think that she can get armbarred from top. I think basically there's submissions there if Hardy grapples. The problem is that I don't know that she necessarily does grapple here because I think that she could potentially style on her on the feet as well. So yeah, give me the 2-3 and then small stabs at the sub and sub 2-3.
Yeah, I mean, like Hardy. She's going to have a monster speed advantage for one. She's 7 years younger. She's been fairly active, had a couple of fights in 2024. Brogan Walker apparently had a bad ACL tear at the ripe age of 36, right? So, she hasn't fought in over 2 years. I mean, last fight was April of 2023. Prior to that, she didn't fight August of 2022. That's her only 2 UFC fights. And like, I know what you're saying with the sub, and I guess I kind of get it, but like Brogan Walker is so bad on the feet. Like I can't explain to you how bad this girl is on the feet. Like she is no head movement, no defense. She's got like no pop in her hands. She just doesn't know how to strike, man. And Veronica Hardy's a really, really good striker. Very good footwork, very good kicks, in and out, very fast. Why would you even attempt to take this fight to the ground, right? Like Brogan Walker, she's a black belt, maybe not. I don't know whether it's real or fake or whatever, but I mean, she's never been subbed, right? And she's faced Aaron Blanchfield, and I don't remember the fight. Honestly, I didn't tape it. I'm assuming it hit the mat, and she didn't get sub against Blanchfield. There's nothing that would tell me that Veronica Hardy's going to sub her now.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think it's more about Veronica Hardy hurting her and knocking her out, to be honest, or even some kind of cut stoppage, just brutally beating on her, kicking those legs. There's nothing here, Tim, that's like remotely play. I mean, look at this. Veronica Hardy in 2025, guys, is a minus 825. WMMA flyweight division, right? She's a minus 825, which is ridiculous. Like, I mean, if someone was to say, I'm going to blind bet Brogan Walker at plus 600, I would never be mad at them because it's just WMMA. And at the end of the day, minus 8 something is just insane for a girl like Veronica Hardy, who, you know, historically doesn't have much finishing equity. So I am, as far as the Lambo is concerned, and I don't think this hits, honestly. But I just feel like this is the only one that's live, quite frankly. And it's Hardy KO at plus 650. It's not even a great line. Look at that. It's plus 650 for a WMMA fight. And the crazy thing is she's only had 1 KO in her entire career, Hardy. So, you know, it's just one of those things that I think against this girl, I could see like her just beating on her and maybe getting a cut stoppage, maybe just hurting her and finishing, you know. So plus 650, I don't like it very, very little, honestly. Yeah, like I just don't see much value on this fight. It's probably gonna be Hardy decision. And what the hell is that price, dude? Is it like minus $1 million?
200, yeah, something like that.
Oh my God, I want to throw up. It's minus 235.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. I mean, there's not much to play on this fight. Honestly, there really isn't. This is a Wagyu cooking type of fight. Like, don't even just tell yourself the card starts 30 minutes later or something. Right? So, all right. There's a lot of buzzing going on, Tim, from your mic. Just FYI. All right. Fight number 2. It is in the welterweight division. It is the 32-year-old Ramiz Brahimaj, 5'10", 72-inch reach, 12-5 record, versus the 35-year-old Austin Vanderford, 5'11", 74-inch reach, a 13-2 record. Austin Vanderford fighting for the second time in the UFC. And as we could see right now, Austin Vanderford minus 290. And the comeback on Ramiz Brahimaj is plus 245. I'm going to start out by saying I feel like this line's a little bit too wide. I don't think Vanderford should be a minus 290 here, in my opinion. This is going to be a grappler versus grappler type of fight, right? I lean Brahimaj in the striking. I think he's a little bit cleaner than Austin Vanderford. I think Vanderford's a little bit more wild. And then Brahimaj also has a better footwork of the two. And then obviously in the wrestling category, it's going to be Vanderford, right? He's the better wrestler, but I don't know about the jiu-jitsu, though. I think Ramiz might have the edge in the jiu-jitsu. Here's the thing that I came out with this fight, Tim. I look at Vanderford, and the thing that sticks out pretty big is I don't like this guy's chin. I think this guy is extremely chinny, to be honest. I don't like how he just reacts to punches, the way he gets flatlined. Like Mousasi was a weird type of flatline. Aaron Jeffrey, I mean, absolutely destroyed him. And Jeffrey is not really known for power in his hands, right? So Jeffrey's really known for kind of like breaking people later in the fight just because he has better cardio and he keeps coming. But he absolutely destroyed Vanderford in round 1 there. Last fight out, Veretennikov. Veretennikov was actually having a little bit of success on the feet, but Vanderford took him down. I thought the stoppage was a little bit weak, to be honest. I don't think the punches were landing real clean. Obviously, he had him gift wrapped and was throwing punches, but I don't think they were landing really clean. Brahimaj, on the other hand, has honestly came back from that like really bad. He had that really bad neck surgery. He came back, first fight against Themba. Did not look good. There's some takedowns there that they're given to Themba, but it was Ramiz going for a takedown and then like ending up on bottom 2 different times that I saw. The thing that I like with Ramiz, though, Tim, is his get-ups are good, man. He immediately goes to get up. Sometimes he does give up his back, but he's very good defensively. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I don't think he's going to let Vanderford sub him, and against Mickey Gall, you saw him knock out Mickey Gall. Then he came back against Billy Ray Goff, and showed that jiu-jitsu, that guillotine that he had, really, really nasty guillotine to put Billy Ray Goff out. The thing is, I think Brahimaj does have some power in his hands, to be honest. And I think Austin will take him down, but I think Brahimaj is going to get back up. And there's going to be exchanges in this fight, and I just don't trust Vanderford's chin at all. He's a little bit older as well. Brahimaj KO is 16-1. Okay. You can call it the whisper bet. You can call it whatever bet you want. But the whisper bet will be, I do like the KO, like I said, but the whisper bet will be Ramiz Brahimaj KO1 at 32-1, Tim. I think he can spark Vanderford, honestly, just like he sparked Mickey Gall. I don't think Vanderford has a very good chin. And if he doesn't get takedowns or keep him down and this fight is standing, I lean Brahimaj. So that's why I think the line's a little bit too wide in my opinion. And I don't know. I'm looking at Vanderford's IG, and it's just a lot of like stuff with his girl, podcast, this and that. Not a lot of training. So meanwhile, Ramiz is training over there with Bilal in their gym now for the last couple of fights. So I think that's really helped him as well, to be honest. So yeah, I mean, KO is too wide for me. Like I understand Brahimaj doesn't have a lot of KOs. I think one. That's because he just grappled everybody in the regionals. But like, I definitely think he can KO Vanderford.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I'll probably sprinkle a little bit of lunch money on that with you. We always ride each other's fucking whisper bets here. So I think that's a good way to go. Definitely, it's a wide line for what Vanderford has shown in his previous fights with the chin. I agree. He has the chin issues. Obviously, he's fighting at 185 in those fights where he's getting knocked out, but it's not like going down to 170 is necessarily going to help his chin necessarily. It might be less power in the punches coming at him, but we've seen weight cuts hurt people's chins as well. So yeah, I don't hate those stabs. I think they're good. Really good lines too. I ended up on the Vanderford side, and I have some disagreements with you on the grappling thing, the grappling sequences in this fight. Like, first of all, I think round one, I think Ramiz will do good in maybe defending and maybe trying to get up. But as he gets tired, he just becomes pretty useless. Like, he just doesn't really seem to fight through adversity. He plays off his back really, really too long. If you say to me, like, who do I consider to have significantly better, like, wrestling / jiu-jitsu, top time ability, Temba Garimbo or like Austin Vanderford, it's Vanderford to me. Like, and I just think that like Thema's jiu-jitsu is non-existent. And I feel like in positions where early, if Ramiz does get up, I think that the back could be taken by Austin. He took it versus Nikolai. He had a deep sub in, and then he just beat the shit out of him and took the KO. He really could have gone either way in that fight. I think his ground and pound is really good. It's going to set up subs as well. And we've seen like just submissions happen versus very good submission grapplers when they get tired. And I just think like Rodolfo Vieira, there's just so many guys where you're just watching him. You're like, this guy, Glover Teixeira versus Yuri, like they get death gas, they just fucking quit. And you just like, I'll tap out. I'd rather have you just choke me out. So I feel like Austin round 2, round 3, and then Austin by sub is good by me. Like I do think that it's possible that he could ground and pound him in 2 and 3 if he gets to positions that he got in the last fight. I think if he gets the same positions that Temba got he's going to make Ramiz pay pretty badly in those situations. I think his top time is really good. I think top game is really good. And I do feel like the potential to sub is a little bit more live than you for Vanderford. Maybe a gassy sub, just maybe a back take and get him, even if he's not tired. I think that it's more live. I just think that he's a dangerous grappler. He's not just going to lay and pray. So the submission prop is plus 600. The round 2, round 3 is plus 750, plus 1400. Those are good by me. Sub 2 is 20 to 1. Sub 3 is 30 to 1 if you like those. But I just like the sub and then the 2-3.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I have pause like is that Themba fight, like coming off like that long layoff with the neck surgery or whatever he had, that neck problem, first fight. I don't honestly like. I went back and watched it, and I thought Themba, he was getting up every single time. It was just that I think Themba's length was giving him a lot of issues. It just felt like how long Themba is, his limbs and stuff, gave him issues. But yeah, I mean, Vanderford is the better wrestler than Themba, no doubt. Like that's not even a question, right? So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think what Joseph said, I kind of agree with him. I think Vanderford unanimous decision is probably the most likely scenario here. I agree with that.
Yep.
But we're playing Lambo plays, and part of the show is like we're looking for nice long shots that I think could hit. And at 16 to 1, Ramiz KO, I honestly think it could hit. So,
yeah, 32 to 1 and KO 1 is kind of, that's unreal.
Yeah. I mean, he has. Listen, I'm telling you guys, he does have power in his hands. Forget about the Mickey Gall fight when he knocked Nicky off. He throws hard. He hurt. What was that war where his ear came off?
Max Griffin.
Yeah. They were absolutely going to war on the feet. So
yeah, I mean, Austin's striking style is he'll throw a huge overhand just to get in a takedown range.
Yeah, but you could get caught with that kind of stuff.
No, that's exactly my point. Yeah, I just think that's what you got to worry about. Yeah.
And round 1 probably, if Ramiz knocks him out, I mean, I think it could be any round. To be honest, that's why I gave out KO. But round 1 KO most likely, and it's 32 to 1. So yeah, all right. Let's move on. Fight number 3. It is in the bantamweight division. It is the 13-0, 28-year-old Farid Basharat, 5'8", 71-inch reach, versus the 22, 5'2", Chris Gutierrez, 34 years old, 5'9", with a 67-inch reach. Interesting matchup here, Tim. What do you like here? What did you find as far as the Lambo play here?
Yeah, I ended up on Farid by sub. I think that this could be another one of those, like, just like throw your phone on the ground after you realize that this guy's, has opportunities to get subs, and Chris Gutierrez doesn't make a move to get up, and he just lays and loses a unanimous 30-27. He's done this before. I feel like if he's at all interested in trying to win this fight, he will put himself in positions that Farid could take his back. Farid could get an arm triangle. Like, he could do a bunch of different things to get him to sub him. I think that just even like potential like clinch on the cage back take is live as well. I feel like the takedowns and the range control from Farid is just insanely good. Like, he times them insanely well. He's not a fish striking. Like, only thing that's kind of weak on Farid is that he doesn't have like big power to, knock dudes out with one shot, but his striking is super clean. He understands range management very, very well. Like I said, he times his takedowns extremely well. He's got cardio to shoot 15 takedowns in a fight. I mean, I just think like positions that he got on like Taylor Lapalus, and I just think that like that's the fight for me, where it's like, dude, if he's getting those positions and he's taking down this dude, this athletic freak, and has very good takedown defense in Lapalus, that I just feel like he's going to be able to rinse and repeat against Gutierrez. And just depends on if Gutierrez wants to just lay on his back and lose 30-27, or if he wants to try to get up. And if he tries to get up, he's going to get subbed. So yeah, give me the sub at plus 500. Think it could happen in any round, but Yeah, so I'm not going to take a shot on the rounds, but I like plus 500 for Fareed sub.
Yeah. I mean, what's crazy is I didn't remember Fareed's last fight against Victor Hugo where, I went back and I'm looking at the fight and Hugo weighed in. Hey, did you see that, by the way? I don't think you saw it.
So like 10 pounds overweight, right?
Dude, Hugo weighed in at an insane weight advantage in this fight. It was crazy. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? Fareed is 137. Hugo is 145 and a half. And I'm like, what? How did they let this fight go on? And then I look and I figure, oh, that's how they let it go on. It's in Abu Dhabi. The fight was in Abu Dhabi. So they let it go on. Like, there's no way they let that fight go on. To say 8-pound difference at 135? That's fucking crazy. And I'm like, so then I watched a fight. And honestly, that fight was a very, very close fight. I know it said unanimous decision, but bro, that fight was extremely close. It was not an easy fight for Fareed. And I think the size of Hugo gave him a lot of problems. Like, they were scrambling a lot. He couldn't hold Hugo down. Hugo's attacking knee bars and all that other bullshit. And then Hugo hurt him one time in the fight because Hugo throws hard and he's big, so he hurt him in that fight a little bit, and he was still weathered the storm, and did what he had to do to win the fight. I think he landed up on top towards the end of the fight and won. And now, believe it or not, I think this is a much easier matchup than Victor Hugo. And people are going to be like, oh, well, what are you talking about? Because Victor Hugo is so dangerous on the ground, man. Like, he's going knee bars, heel hooks, inverting, all types of shit, scrambling. You know what? This is my worry with, and I like sub, by the way. I like sub here as well at plus 500. But here's my concern, Tim. I've seen Chris Gutierrez more times than I can count just hold guard, dude. Close his guard and just hold his guard there. And time will go tick, 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 tick. And I'm like, what the fuck? Can you just try to win? Try to get up, do something. Don't hold guard. And that's the thing I'm afraid of. And I've also seen Fareed not be so adamant to finish. Just be like, okay, you want to give me these positions? I'll just stay here and just throw some ground and pound and win. So I'm a little afraid of that in this fight because the other guys that he was fighting, at least they were trying. They were scrambling. Lapis always tries to scramble and do this. Blackshear, same thing. I don't know about Chris Gutierrez, dude. I think, by the way, I think this is a pretty good matchup for Fareed just because Gutierrez takedown defense, first layer is okay. But I think once he gets taken down, even though he's very, very competent on the ground, I will say I don't think he's not competent down there. He knows what he's doing, but it's just his get-up game is not very good. And last fight against Castaneda, man, it was very close. I leaned Castaneda on the decision. They gave it to Gutierrez at split. And then you look at that short notice fight against Quang Lee and how he got takedowns and kind of just laid on top for minutes on end.
He got his back taken in that fight.
He got his back taken as well. I think that was in round 3, right? And then he reversed it and got on top, I believe. But, yeah, I mean, I looked at his career. Here's the weird thing, Tim. He's only had to face 3 submission attempts in his entire UFC career over, we're talking 12 fights, right? And then you look at the competition, and really, there's really none of these guys are good grapplers. Like, the good grapplers, Hani Barcelos, he got 2 takedowns, and he subbed him. And that was his UFC debut, which is a while back. So we can give him a break on that. Durden got a couple of takedowns, but, Durden couldn't sub him. And
but he 10-8'd him on his back.
And the other one was Andre Ewell. Andre Ewell had a sub. I want to say it was like a Darce or something, but he didn't get it. Basharat gets to the back, man. He's really good. He's really good. And plus 500. I think it's a good poke here. I don't mind it. Some people are liking split, I see. I don't really like Split, man, here.
I don't
I
like
think
splitting this.
I think Farid could dominate here, to be honest. He should
For
dominate.
sure.
He's gonna be a little bit faster on the feet, better footwork. He's got to be careful with the kicks. But
He's not going to stand at range to let him kick him. That's the thing. Like he's either going to be way out of range or in boxing range. We're trying to take him down.
I think he's just going to try to take him down, as he should.
Yeah, me too.
All right, let's move on. Fight number 4. It is in the women's bantamweight division. It is the 10-4 Macy Chiasson, 34 years old, 5'11", 72-inch reach, versus the 16-8 Yana Santos, 35 years old, 5'6", with a 68-inch reach. And yes, Tim, I have to give you the bad news. Macy Chiasson missed weight. 137.5. She misses by 1.5 pounds. She did not look very good on the scales. Yana Santos looked like she was on the same supplements that her husband was on a while back. I'm not saying what they are, but she looked in really good shape, 6-pack and everything. And, you know, this is a fight that when I was first looking at it, I'm like, man, Macy should easily win this fight, right? That's what I was thinking, just like without taping. And then I taped Macy Chiasson, and dude, she's had some bad looks, man. Last fight against Vieira, how she was like going for takedowns, ending up on bottom every time, just looked horrific. Standing, she's very, very sloppy, man. I just don't like her striking standing. It's extremely sloppy. It's extremely janky. She looks uncoordinated on the feet. Honestly, the best thing she has going for her is her size. That's it. She's 5'11". She's huge for the division. And if she gets you down and she's on top of you, she's good. You know? And part of that, Tim, part of being good, whether it is it the control or is it because she's so damn freaking big? You know what I'm saying? Like, she's a big girl in there. And if she's on top of you, it's going to be hard to get off from bottom. The thing is, it's like she's had suspect looks, man. She, like, last fight was not a good look for her at all. And Caitlin Vieira is good, but man, she laid a goose egg in that fight. She did not look good whatsoever. Then you look at the Bueno Silva fight. She finished with a cut, but the fight was pretty competitive. You know, I think it was 1-1 going into the third. Or I'm sorry, it was 1-0 going into the second. And, you know, Mayra Bueno Silva was having success in that fight, but she got cut. Aldana fight, she did okay in that fight. I will say, I think she was on her way to win. And then she got up kicked to the liver. I mean, what a weird sequence where she got finished. It's just that, like, Yana Santos is not great once you actually flatten her out, like on her back. But she's not really easy to take down either. You know, she's very good in the clinch. She looks very, very strong in the clinch. I know people are going to say, well, Holly Holm got her down. But Holly Holm is really good in the clinch. That's the thing. And all of her takedowns were in the clinch. Holly Holm was getting them. So, like, I know Misha Tate got one late in that fight and got her back. I remember that. But she failed on basically everything else in the fight, right? And on the feet, quite honestly, I like Santos quite a bit. She's much better striker. She's going to kick her legs. She's smoother. She's got better footwork. They're very, the other thing is I was like, man, Santos is so much older than her. They're like almost similar in age. You know what I'm saying? One is 35. The other one's 34. So I'm going to just go with split decision here. This fight is bad. I don't want nothing to do with this fight. I want absolutely nothing. I feel like I know where you're going to go with this fight, but I'm going to go split at plus 350. It's terrible, but I want nothing to do with this fight. I want to make it very clear. Who do I think wins? I'm going to go a slight edge to Yana Santos here. I think she's going to win here. Macy missing weight again. Bad. I don't think that's good. I think she missed one time before and she got choked out in round 2 by Raquel Pennington there. So if there's an omen for her missing weight, there it is. She's 0-1 after she misses weight. So Tim, what do you have here?
I want to know if you're onto my betting style here. We know each other for a long time. What do you think I'm going to bet here?
So if I'm to guess here, I think you're going to bet Macy Chiasson by submission or some kind of finish.
Yeah, Macy sub. Yeah, you know me well.
Yeah.
Good play.
That would be my guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically, to me, it's like Macy's takedowns are primarily body lock trips, and I feel like that's where Santos is good at defending, like on the cage, and good at defending in the middle of the cage, like double leg, single leg, basic wrestling. Like she knows what to do in those positions. But when it's body locks, I think it's going to be like that's basically what happened with Tate. Is like she was trying to do all of these like traditional wrestling moves, just trying to get like lower and trying to get under, and she couldn't ever get into position to get her, and she was doing really, really well in the cage, and then she just tripped her and like instantly took her back. It was just like, oh my God, this is there the whole time, just like, and that's basically what Chiasson does. Like, and I mean, Chiasson got like 6 takedowns on Norma Dumont, same way. She got 2 or 3 on Aldana. Like just the level of, I mean, Ketlin Vieira is she's physically very strong, like for the division, and she's big, and like the size and strength difference that usually an edge that Macy usually has in fights just clearly wasn't there in that fight. Takedown defense for Vieira is elite. I think it's in, I would have to check, but I'm guessing it's in the 90% range. You just don't see her getting grapple fucked by people. She's like, so I just thought that fight was just a terrible, like stylistic matchup for her. The fighters, I mean, she's outside of Panny Kanzat. I mean, she's fighting Vieira, Buena Silva, who's fought for a title, Aldana, Dumont, Pennington. Like she's fighting like elite fighters in this weight division. So me with Yana Santos, I feel like she defends well early, and I feel like she starts to gas as the fight gets going too. And I feel like she starts to not do as much. She's kind of harmless on the feet. I feel like she does have good striking, but it's not like powerful. I think if you're going to see maybe bigger shots, if they are just striking, I think it's probably you're going to see bigger shots from Chiasson and probably more volume from Santos. So that probably lines up to your split. But I eventually do think that Macy gets her down. And I feel like when she does get her down, I feel like that's where a submission will probably present itself at least once or twice in the fight. So yeah, it's not a great line. It's plus 470. I may or may not put a little bit on it, but yeah, that would be the way that I would go in this fight.
Is this a lotion fight?
God, no, absolutely
None?
not. No, none.
What the fuck? You're killing me, Smalls. Yana's not bad. Come on.
No, she isn't, but it'd be like whacking off a sandpaper.
By the way, Macy Chiasson has a baby, so
congrats
with her partner. I guess I'm not sure if her partner had a baby or they adopted a baby. I'm not sure.
It has to be because she fought recently. So
who did?
Well, Chiasson fought in 2025.
No, I'm not talking about Chiasson, but her partner. I was saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was putting it on her IG, so I did see that. All right, let's move on. Fight number 5. It is in the welterweight division. It is the 11-4 Punahele Soriano coming in at 32 years old, 5'11", with a 72-inch reach against a 13-6 Nikolay Veretennikov, 35 years old, 6'1", with a 74-inch reach. Tim, what do you got here?
Well, I'm going to go against my my Lambo parlay later on here. I'm going to have a different prediction from this fight, but I think that there are some good lines if you're on Veretennikov at all. I feel like this fight, like if it's striking and Puna does, like, there's no way in my mind that if this fight is like, if Puna isn't proactively grappling from the beginning of each round, that it's not, that this line has to be off. I mean, can he nuke Nikolai? Yeah, I just don't think that it's anywhere in the percentage of what we're getting in the money line from him. I think Nikolai's striking is solid. I think his chin is solid. I think he works the body really well. He's going to have, I just feel like Puna's been a guy that has been like a habitual, it's similar to like Jake Matthews last week. Like, he's just like a habitual big favorite shitter of the bed. Like, he just does not, he's not a dude that you want to be like backing at fucking minus 300s and these types of numbers. Like, you want to bet, you want to get him at close to evens or as a dog. And I just feel like the market is just like jumped to Puna like as the hero of the world because he knocked out Medic, and then, you know, he beat the living shit out of Baeza, who did absolutely nothing to fight from the bottom for 3 rounds. Historically, Puna's like overhand left, huge left, low volume striker that before the last couple fights didn't ever grapple. Like, he was being grappled himself. Like, and he was fighting up a weight class, so maybe that's why he wasn't grappling against guys as much. But like, strike for strike, like, he's not a dude that like is a great minute winner. Like, he's gonna try to hunt a big shot. It's usually his left hand. Doesn't really have a good jab. Doesn't like, it's not he's like, he doesn't do anything high volume at all. And I feel like Veretennikov, that's his wheel. That this is like right in his wheelhouse. Like, if he strikes with him, it's like probably going to see a decent amount of volume edge on Nikolai. He's going to attack the body, which seems to be Puna's kryptonite. And then I feel like the last fight, I feel like with Veretennikov versus Prado, don't get me wrong, like, Veretennikov has some serious grappling issues. Like, Austin Vanderford doing what he did to him, that's like, he, as Liam Picks Fights always said, that's him auditing him there. Like, that's a clear, this is a weakness. Prado got most of his takedowns from Veretennikov doing the stupidest spinning shit ever. Like, he kept on doing like spinning kicks, spinning elbows, and then he gets his back taken and falls to the ground. He got like hit in one of them and like slipped, and then he was on the ground. Like, it wasn't like Prado was just wrestle fucking him, you know? So I just feel like, is it possible that Puna, I think Puna's for sure a better wrestler than Prado, so don't get me wrong, but he needs to grapple him hard to justify this line, in my opinion. And I feel like Puna's shown in certain fights to gas himself. So I don't know. I feel like this fight, if it's standing for 15 minutes, I feel like it's super close. And like, I feel like Puna could win a decision by grappling the shit out of him. But I also feel like if this is standing for 15 minutes and he's not getting a bunch of takedowns, or maybe he gets takedowns in round 1 and doesn't get them as easily in round 2 or 3, get like split decisions plus 600. Nikolai points is plus 700. Nikolai by split is plus 1800. If you like the Puna side, it's plus 270 for his points. Like, I feel like the fight could go more than a clip than the line is saying. And I feel like Puna's decision is based on him, like a clear decision for him is based on him grappling him and holding him down. It's not like, oh, I'm winning striking against this guy and I'm clearly just outboxing you. So I feel like Veretennikov is more live, definitely more live than the line is stating. And I also feel like his decision line is kind of stupid because I don't feel like Puna's that easy to finish with strikes to the head. And so, yeah, I like the end split and then the trifecta with Nikolai points, Nikolai split. And I just think the fight's closer if it's striking. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, Puna minus 330 is AIDS. I mean, he's minus 330 right now. How do you go from plus 170 against Baeza, plus 185 against Medic, to minus 330? Like if I look at Medic, he's kind of a similar fighter to Veretennikov. Bad takedown defense, right? I actually argue that maybe Veretennikov actually has better takedown defense. But they're like good strikers, both of them. Bigger, longer guys, right? Like, why is Soriano plus 185 there? He nukes Medic, and now all of a sudden he's minus 330 against Veretennikov. Here's my issue, though, Tim. I took Veretennikov last time against Prado as a dog, and I swore to myself after the fight that I'm never going to bet Veretennikov again because, I mean, the fight IQ is, there's charts, like they have the chart from top to bottom, and then there's, other charts that you can't even see, like they're not on the actual paper. And Veretennikov is there on the bottom. Like you cannot even fucking find his fight IQ because it's so fucking bad, man. Like these spinning hook kicks that he's doing into takedowns, giving up his back over and over again. He has this fight won, dude. He's winning the fight. In the third round, he decides to do another one when he's very tired. And I'm like, dude, I wanted to punch my monitor. I was so mad watching this guy do this shit. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, you're killing this guy on the feet, and you're doing this spinning bullshit over and over again. And, I just don't trust his IQ is terrible, man. Terrible fight IQ, And I went back to other fights, and he likes doing that spinning shit, dude. He loves to do that spinning garbage that puts him in these bad positions. And the thing I will say with Puna is, yes, did he proactively grapple against Baeza? Yeah, but Baeza was a corpse, dude. Has the guy even fought since then?
No.
I thought he's retired. He hasn't even fought since then. And, and then he nukes Medic right away, like 30 seconds. What are we going to take away from that? We know Puna has power in his hands, and he caught Medic. Okay. But, like, what happens if that fight plays out more, right? Like, what does Puna look like against a guy that's maybe defending takedowns, that's keeping the fight standing? The other thing that's not talked about is, Puna is extremely durable. I don't know how durable he is to the body because that's where he was getting hurt against Kopylov, right? And one thing is for certain, Veretennikov throws nasty body kicks. He's got very, very good body kicks. So he needs to be careful there, with Veretennikov. Ultimately, like, I do think that being at 170 is better for Soriano in the sense that, he's not the much smaller guy. He talked about, I'm going to say a quick story of what he said on his interview. He said that the reason why he went to 170, Tim, is because he was at Extreme Couture fighting the 85ers like Strickland and whoever else, right, at 85, and was absolutely getting his ass kicked every single day in the gym. And he said by the time fight time came, he said he had zero confidence he could beat any 85ers. And he went in there like mentally already defeated. That's what he said. And I could see that, honestly, when you're getting your ass kicked every day in the gym, like you're not beating any 85er, it's bad. He went in there against Stoltzfus and absolutely got ran over by Stoltzfus. You know what I'm saying? So it's a bad look. So I think 70 is much better for him, but he's dealing with a big guy in Veretennikov. Like, if Veretennikov fought at 85, I would say, he's probably not that small for 85, because when they were face to face, Veretennikov much bigger than Soriano. So at the end of the day, I do think Soriano wins. I think decision is a good bet, in my opinion. I don't think he's a finisher, like, especially on top. I don't think he's like, dude, he couldn't finish. Baeza was dead for 2 rounds, and he couldn't finish.
Unbelievable.
So,
yeah, he couldn't finish that.
Veretennikov is tough. I will give him that. He's very, very tough. He's got a good chin on the feet. And honestly, he can hurt Puna as well on the feet. So I don't mind your bet. I just feel like Puna has a little bit more as far as grappling is concerned, wrestling. I don't think he has the best wrestling, by the way. I don't think his
that's the thing. Like, do you know, dude, in 10 fights, and outside of the Baeza fight, he got 5 takedowns. He has 4 takedowns in the other 9 fights, and 3 of them were in one fight. Like, he got 3 in one fight. He got 1 in other than that, he has 0 takedowns. Like,
you have to remember he never even tried to wrestle before.
That's what I'm saying. Like he sometimes just doesn't. It's like, could he completely have changed his game? And like it's not like this dude is like, oh, he's a grappler. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where I've been hearing people talk about it all week. Like, oh, he's just gonna take him down and just like do whatever he wants to do with him. It's like, yeah, I mean, he could, but it's like the dude doesn't. There's no like,
no. Whatever he wants to do with him is bullshit. Like he's not going to do whatever he wants to do with it. Veretennikov could easily get up. Veretennikov could easily stuff the takedown.
Exactly.
I wouldn't say easily for anything. Like if he didn't give me fucking a heart attack last fight, I was probably going to bet him here, to be honest, at this price. But he gave me a heart attack. I don't want another heart attack. So I'm passing on this fight. But honestly, it's dog or pass 100% here. Like there's no doubt. I think this line's wide, plain and simple. Like if I didn't have PTSD from this asshole, like I would be betting him here today. But I feel like he's gonna do that spinning shit again, get taken down again off this. He's probably, listen, here's the scenario. He's doing well on the feet. He stuffs a couple of takedowns from Puna. Then he's like, oh, let me throw this nice hook kick. Throws the hook kick. Gets his back taken down, and loses the round. I just see it already. This is what he's going to do. Or a spinning back fist or something idiotic. So, yeah, I don't trust this guy's fight IQ, man. It's very, very bad. Not good. Not good. But I'm going to go with Soriano decision at plus 270. I agree with you. I think I kind of lean fight goes here. I think the fight goes at, what is it, plus money? Yeah. I don't mind plus 150 fight goes. It's not bad at all, man. It really isn't. Because both guys are tough, man. They're really tough. So, all right. Let's move on. Fight number. Is this 6, Tim? Or 5? Fight number 6. It is in the middleweight division. It is the 15-5 Edmund Shahbazyan, 27 years old, 6'2", 75-inch reach, versus the 24-7 Andre Muniz, 35 years old, 6'1", 78-inch reach. And I will kick this one off. I think Muniz is very, very chinny, dude. I really do. I've forget about the last fight. He doesn't react well when he gets hit. Shahbazyan is one of the best round one guys in the entire UFC. I know he didn't finish last fight. He didn't finish Petrosky, but I think he lands one nuke on Muniz, and Muniz is going to go out. I think he's going to stuff the takedowns. He's a really good fighter, man. If he can only, get over that problem that he has, and it's something to do with his lungs or whatever, but he looked fine last fight. He managed it much better. But it's not like Muniz has great cardio. So, yeah, I think Shahbazyan round 1 here, Tim. It's plus 170 on Bookmaker. That's the best price out there, plus 170. I think he's going to get him out of there round 1. What do you have here?
Yeah, I have round 1 as well with Edmund. I might throw again Panera bread lunch money on round 1 sub as well at plus 4,000. Just from I just feel like Muniz, if he gets hurt or if he takes the first shot and he doesn't die from it, I feel like he's going to be instantly trying to put his head in the spot to get a takedown and go for a power double. And I don't know. I just feel like Shahbazyan is a dude that has gone for submissions before. He's not typically that type of fighter, but I do feel like, it's not plus 4,000, whatever. It's probably a KO, at a very high clip, but take the plus 160 or take the plus 170 and then sprinkle small money on the sub 1 as well. Cause why not?
Yeah. Shahbazyan minus 310, comeback on Muniz is plus 260. Someone saying, do you guys trust? I mean, he didn't pull what stunt did he pull, man? He 30-27 Petrosky, hurt him a couple of times in that fight. I don't think he pulled any stunt. He was just careful.
Just has PTSD. Yeah, he just has PTSD of getting taken down and dying. It's 100%.
He dominated the fight. There was he looked like a big favorite. What did Petrosky do? Nothing. He had a couple of takedowns, didn't even hold him for a second. you know? And those shots from Prochazka are much better than what Muniz does. They're much faster. They're much better. Yeah, I don't think Muniz is very good. You know, his best look was against Park. And quite honestly, when I watched that back, he lost that fucking fight.
God, he lost this fight, dude.
Huh?
I bet live on that fight so much money on Park.
Dude, I watched back that fight. I can't believe that they gave that to Muniz. That's bullshit. Like, they gave him takedowns without doing anything. Like, that's nonsense. And then Park, when he got on top, beat the shit out of him in one of those rounds. And that round. Two judges gave that round to Muniz. I'm like, damn, that's brutal, dude.
I think I bet like 5 live bets on that fight at like ridiculous lines when he was getting like just for Park. It was just like, oh, dude, I don't see it. I get it that he's lost.
I mean, Muniz can take him down and submit him. I wouldn't say he can't, but I don't think it could be early at all. Like, early, Edmund is really, really good defensive wrestler. He's much better wrestler. It's not even close in the wrestling between Muniz and Edmund. Like, Edmund's a way better. The problem with Edmund is if he gets tired, right, which he has before, he gets sloppy. He gets very sloppy. Everything becomes sloppy. He's tired. And now you can take advantage of him, get him down, because his skills are basically gone out the window because he's so tired. And then, you know, Muniz can potentially sub him later. I don't see, like, here's the thing with Edmund. I said this last time when he fought. This guy does not lose round ones. So if you take Edmund right now at a minus 310, I could almost assure you that he will be value after round one. And he's going to have almost all the finishing equity in round one. So what I'm saying is, if you're betting live, Edmund Shahbazyan is probably going to be, if it gets out of round one, he's going to be minus 600 after round one, or 700. So you can easily get Muniz at a much better price than what he is right now, plus 260. So, what else do we got? Under 1.5 maybe playable with these two. Yeah, I think it's primarily Shahbazyan under 1.5, honestly. The problem with Muniz, too, is he doesn't have good cardio. He's got bad cardio.
Neither one of these guys has good cardio, for sure.
Yeah. So that's the issue for him, too. Like, I don't know how good he's going to look after maybe shooting a couple or even getting hit. Like, Shahbazyan's going to hit him. Let's be honest. That's the other thing. When I look at skill for skill, right? Skill for skill, I think Shahbazyan is more skilled than a guy like Ikram Alaskarov that knocked out Muniz. Like, he's a better striker. He's better all-around grappler. It's just that the problem with Shahbazyan is his fucking gas tank, you know? It's after 7.5 minutes, he doesn't look good. And I think it's a medical issue from what I was reading.
Yeah, I don't disagree that it could be medical, but I also feel like when the fights just don't, the fight starts like, he doesn't fight through adversity. Like, when fights start to go against him.
Yeah, I disagree with that. I've heard that so much, and it's bullshit, dude. How much adversity you want the guy to fight through with Anthony Hernandez fight? He was getting his ass fucking, he kept fighting out of positions, kept getting up. Come on.
Yeah,
I mean, if the guy wanted to quit, he could have quit a long time ago in that fight.
Like Brunson, Hermanson, like all the, when he just gets down.
Dude, he gets, I'm telling you, he gets tired. It's not about, like, I don't think this guy has quit in him, to be honest, at all. He fought out of those. Did you see those submissions against Anthony Hernandez he fought out of?
Yeah,
like, he could have easily quit there, quit multiple times against Anthony Hernandez. I don't think he's a quitter. I think he legitimately has a problem with his, like, chest area, like something. I don't know what it is. If you look it up, he actually has a medical condition. So he even talks about it on one interview a while back, how he has something about his diaphragm. I can't remember what it was, but it was a weird condition that he had ever since he's little, I guess. So, but, like, is Muniz going to be the type of guy that pushes the pace to put it on him, though? Like,
no, the guys that are killing him, minus GM3, the guys that are killing him early in his career are all, like, elite.
I think GM3 was more him than anything. Like, he went for the finish, like absolutely unlucky. And this should have probably been finished, to be honest. When you watch it back, I can't believe the ref didn't stop that. He could have easily stopped it. And then he didn't finish. And then, you know, the adrenaline dump and everything else, like he was toast. When he got taken down, he was absolute toast. So, all right, let's move on. Fight number 7. It is in the bantamweight division. It is the 20-2 Patchy Mix coming in at 32 years old, 5'11", 70-inch reach versus the 16-3-2 Jacob Wiklacz. Wiklacz, 29 years old, 5'9", 73-inch reach. Tim, I think this one's yours here. Interesting debut for Jacob versus Patchy Mix, who shit the bed bad in his UFC debut. And here he comes against somebody making his UFC debut.
Yeah, this to me is Patchy all day. This is a get-right spot. This is the UFC doing what they do after they prove they're the best organization and get guys beat in their first fight. They go, all right, now we'll get you back in the right frame of mind here. Next fight. Just a great matchup for him. I mean, you need fighters that are, if you're going to beat Patchy, you're going to need a dude that's got probably elite striking as well as good takedown defense and just like keeping him on the feet and not putting him in grappling scenarios. And that is absolutely not what Jacob's going to do in this fight. So Jacob's going to do everything he can to try to grapple with him. If he doesn't, he's probably going to get knocked out on the feet. Even though Patchy doesn't have huge striking, Jacob, to me, is getting hurt in multiple fights against bums. And I just feel like Patchy's going to finish him in some way. So I'm going to go with ITD plus 150. I don't think it's like worth the sub at plus 185. You're talking like 35 cents, even if it's 50 cents. I don't think it's worth it in this fight. And then small stab at KO at plus 950 for Patchy. I feel like he could get him, and he could catch him with a knee. He's done that before. He could beat him up on the feet if he keeps it standing. I just feel like as soon as this fight starts to get into grappling sequences, I mean, he could even positionally TKO this guy. Like I just feel like there's multiple ways that he can finish this fight. Back take, rear naked choke, back take, flatten him out, beat the shit out of him, stop the fight. Just like multiple ways that he can finish. So I really like the ITD. Don't hate the KO at plus 950. Definitely gonna stab a little bit at both of those. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think he finishes here. Here's the thing with Jacob. Like, I taped a shit ton of this guy's fights just to kind of, I remember him from KSW, but I wasn't like 100% sure what he did, in a lot of those fights. And it's funny. I think this is the only guy in history, along with his opponent, to have 5 fights against the same fucking guy. Do you believe that? 5 fights? Not 1, not 2, not 3, not a trilogy, not a whatever they call the 4th one, but the 5th one. Like 5 fights against the same guy. It's freaking insane. Anyways, here's what I came out with this guy. Very hanky-janky striking. Nothing technical about his striking. He tries to throw with power, but I don't think this guy has any power in his hands, to be honest. And this guy has 21 fights, Tim. He's got 0 KOs. I think that's a good sign for Patchy Mix right there. The other thing with this guy is he does get hurt to the body. I've seen him get hurt to the body maybe 2 or 3 times. He's been dropped. And the other thing that I've noticed against a lot of these guys, especially the Jojoa fight 2 fights ago, getting taken down pretty damn easily. He's okay with it. He's okay to play off his back. He's okay to let guys pass. He's okay when he's proactively grappling, put his head into a guillotine. He's like okay with so many bad spots, and he's been almost subbed multiple times. And if you go back, I want to say it was Bruno Santos. It was somebody. He got it. He got him in a mounted guillotine. Eventually, he was like turning purple, but he got out. He got out of it. Like, if you're doing that against a guy like Patchy Mix, you're toast. You're absolutely going to be toast. You're going to get subbed. And the thing here is, like, Patchy, if you listen to his interview, he kind of said, he had UFC jitters, short notice, and he didn't do the right thing. He stood there at distance and struck with a striker, right? He didn't even, if you look at that fight, he didn't even attempt to grapple. Like I understand maybe you couldn't get him down, but not even attempting to grapple is just weird. Very, very weird game plan. Maybe it could have been that, Tim, that he knew that he couldn't get him down, like, I don't know, but to not attempt a single takedown in the first 2 rounds is just an absolute dumbass move. Like, at least attempt them, dude. Like, it doesn't make sense. You're getting your legs chopped off. You're getting your head snapped back 1,000,000 times, and you don't attempt a single takedown. What's crazy to me is I think he might have buzzed Batista. I think it was round 3. He buzzed Batista in round 3 on the feet, which is pretty impressive after taking a beating, in my opinion, for 2 rounds. He was taking a beating. So, the thing is, Jacob is going to engage. I said this in my Discord. I said, this might sound crazy, but I truly think Patchy Mix is the better striker of these 2 guys. Like, so if he's the better striker, we know for a damn fact he's the better grappler of the 2. And yeah, I feel like you're right. ITD is going to happen, but what I've noticed with Jacob is I feel like he gets a lot more sloppier as the fight goes on. I feel like in later rounds 2 and 3, he gets way, way sloppy with his grappling, just fucking scrambling all over the ground, making mistakes left, right, and center. And I kind of think Patchy, after the first fight, maybe he shoots early, but I don't know if he gets takedowns very early when this guy's, fresh and stuff. Maybe he could. Maybe Jacob is just like, yeah, fine, take me to the ground. But I'm going to go with 2-3 here, Tim. Plus 600, plus 1,000 on Patchy Mix. I think he's going to finish him in rounds 2 or 3. Most likely sub 2-3. But yeah, I like Patchy here in a big way, man. I honestly think the line's short. It's minus 330. Right now, it went up. And I think that line is short. I don't know how Jacob wins. I really don't. Like, he makes so many mistakes in the grappling that I just, and I listen to some people say, fighters I'm talking about, say that Jacob actually has legit grappling, but he's just outmatched here. He's outmatched in the grappling. No matter how good he is, based on tape, he's severely outmatched. He makes way too many mistakes to be, flopping around on the ground against Patchy Mix. So, yeah, I like Patchy Mix here. I do think it's a get-right spot for Patchy. And honestly, a lot of these KSW guys in their UFC debut have completely shit the bed, Tim. Almost all of them. They're all losing one after another, these KSW guys. So, I think this is another guy that's going to come in here like Ruchala last week, like the other guy, probably lose in their UFC debut. All right, let's move on. Fight number 8. It is in the God knows what division because Daniel Santos could not make 145. This guy is fighting at 35, missed weight at 35 before, had multiple cancellations because of weight botches. Then he comes and he barely made weight last fight because he had to weigh in twice, made 145. Now he tells the UFC, hey, I can't even come close. I need like 152. He couldn't even make 150, I think. So he wanted like 152 or something. And Jusu Yang said, okay, so they're fighting at this weird weight of 153. As you can see, Santos is already beat up, Tim, in this image right here. He's already got a cut over under his right eye. He's bruised up all over the place. Meanwhile, Ju-Seung Yu is eating chips. You know, he's feeling good. The weight cut wasn't hard on him. Yeah, he's just eating chips with glasses on and feeling good here. But going to the fight, it's like Santos obviously is a dog. He's very, very tough. Good cardio. He can wrestle. He's got jiu-jitsu. He's a black belt. You know, he's a typical shootbox guy, like for the most part. They're all very tough, scrambly. They can, you know, they have jiu-jitsu, all of them, and they're dangerous on the feet. You know, like they keep coming. You have to hit them with a baseball bat. But the thing with Santos is durability is going to come to an end. Like it's going to come to a screeching halt one day. I don't know if it's going to be in this fight, but getting dropped by Jing Lee 2 different times, fucking Castaneda rocking you all over the place, you know, left, right, and center. Arce rocking you a couple of times as well. Like every single fight, this guy's hurting, right? It's going to come to an end eventually, and you're going to get knocked out. You can't just keep eating shot after shot after shot, getting head kicked, you know. But I look at this guy, Ju-Seung Yu, and I do think he has a lot of power. I mean, last fight, he knocked out Jekka with a check left hook. I think where his power comes is from his straight right hand. It's absolutely nasty. His straight right hand has a ton of power in it. He's a big guy. I have the thing here at 5'7". He's probably more like 5'9". Honestly, he's not a 5'7" guy. He's 5'9", maybe 5'10". But he's got a big right hand, man, and he's got power in his hand. Where I see, Tim, this guy can falter is I don't like his takedown defense very much. And it's not that he's faced a lot of guys that have grappled him. The guy that did try to grapple him is Exon. Got him down once in rounds 1 and 2. I can't remember. But then in round 3, when Seung Yu got tired, Exon got the takedown pretty damn easily near the fence, got his back, got the hooks in, you know, all the things you don't want to see. And I don't think Exon is that good of a fighter, to be honest. He's like marginal regional guy. If Daniel Santos is smart, he obviously didn't cut the weight. We saw last fight against Lee, he can go 3 hard rounds, absolutely going crazy with the grappling. And the thing I saw is that he could take down Lee multiple times. And I think watching tape, I think Lee's takedown defense is much better than Yu's from what I could see, you know. And there's not much to tell us about Yu's, but like just that XM fight, I think Santos can take this guy down. I've seen this guy give up his back. I think Santos can actually get a submission here, Tim. Sub is plus 800. But Tim, give me a second. I think it's submission 2-3 when he breaks this guy at plus 1500. So I like Santos to eventually break this guy. Obviously, could be KO 2-3, but I think he breaks this guy one way or another. And if Yu doesn't knock him out in round 1 or hurt him really bad, I think he is going to be running for his life in rounds 2 and 3, man. So Yu is definitely live to KO Santos because I think it's coming. I do think it's coming. I just don't know if it's this one, but yeah, I like Santos here in the later rounds. I think he might find a finish against the newcomer in Yu or a second fight. What do you like here, Tim?
Yeah, we talked about this fight a little bit before the show. I've been like literally jumping both sides all week on this fight. I like the round 2, round 3 look for Santos. I really like the sub as well. I think I think it's more likely to be sub than KO if he finishes him in rounds 2, 3. But I also like on the U side, I like decision and potential split decision for him at 3 plus 330 and plus 900. I just think his footwork is just really, really good. And I think it's not going to be easy for Santos to chase him down. Like, and I feel like striking wise, his striking is way cleaner and his defense is like way better. So I just feel like Santos is just very, very full rabies mode, just run into punches, take one, take two to land one, take two to get in position to get a takedown type fighter. He's just super wild. It just doesn't even, I don't even think it's like a fight IQ. I just think he's just wild. I just feel like that this is just like what you get with Brazilians that have blonde hair a lot of times. So I'll probably take small stabs at all of them, but I'm going to, just to go in different, I'll go with you points plus 330, you split plus 900, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to have small bet on the sub and the sub 2-3 as well, and hope one of them hits. And if it's a Santos decision, I'll lose them all.
I have news for you. Santos has black hair for this fight.
Ooh, I don't know. He looked really fat. I honestly, I'm not shocked at the weight miss because he looked really fat in his IG like training shit.
So I will say, like, when they were at face-offs, I will say that I don't want to say he looked fat, because I honestly don't think he looked fat. He looked like thicker for whatever reason. Yeah, he had some belly fat for sure, but he just looked like he like added muscle or whatever. I don't know. It was fucking weird. But yeah, I mean, he wasn't like in tip-top shape or a six-pack or anything. No, definitely not. Meanwhile, you looked in fantastic shape. So let's see what we have here. Go over to chat. You was the steal of the card, says Philly Joel. Could be. He's an unknown commodity. We don't really know how good or how bad this guy is. I mean, he knocked out Jekka in whatever 30 seconds. Like, Jekka sucks though. Jekka's not he's not UFC. I've been fading Jekka. I've been on the fade Jekka train for a long time. I played Weston Wilson, for Christ's sake, against Jekka, and he got him with a submission. So that should tell you all you need to know. If I'm playing Weston Wilson against Jekka,
case closed. Yeah,
case closed. Like, exactly. So Meta says Lee's a massive gasser. You may not have cardio like Santos, but compared to Lee, I don't think Lee has. Why does Lee have is a massive gasser? Like, what fight did you take away from him being a massive gasser? Like, I didn't see it. Like the Yazzie fight, there was like 1 million takedown attempts. It's a high-paced fight, and he was still fine in round 3. I don't think he's a massive gasser at all. I think it's wrong, in my opinion, that you're saying he's a gasser. I don't think Lee's a gasser. All right. Let's move on, Tim. It is fight number 9, and it is in the middleweight division. It is the 8-1 Atiba Gautier, 23 years old, 6'4", 81-inch reach, versus the 10-3 Tristan Vines, 29 years old, 6'1", 79-inch reach. And if you watch these guys at weigh-ins or face-offs, sorry, oh my God, you would think one is a heavyweight and the other guy is a lightweight. It looked massive, dude. Atiba Gautier looks 50 pounds heavier than this guy at face-offs. It was, I mean, if there's ever been a face-off that I looked at somebody and I'm like, damn, man, this guy looks fucking really scared. Tristan Vines looked really scared at face-offs, man. Honest to God. I don't like saying that usually because these guys all are tough. Much props to him for even taking this fight. But, man, he did not look right at face-offs. He kind of looked defeated, to be honest. I mean, why is the UFC doing this? Why is the UFC doing this, Tim? Can you tell us?
To get Atiba a fight on this card, I think that's it. Did you see in the face-offs, did you see like the under the knees on the ground at all, or did you just see the top of their bodies? Because under the ground, they cut that off because there was all this feces coming from where Vines was walking to the face-off. So they purposely cut that out so you couldn't see it, but it was there for sure.
Yeah, I mean, do you have anything for this fight? Like,
I mean, honestly, I think it's going to be KO1 for Atiba. I think it's pretty obvious, but it's an unbettable line, and the only way you could get to anything would be round 2. But I'm not going to bet this fight.
yeah, man. I mean, here's the thing. It's like I knew Tristan Vines a little bit from the regionals, and I needed to go kind of refresh my memory to like watch him. And he's typically I put striker here, but he's typically a grappler. He tries to get fights to the ground. He's a black belt. To be honest, like nothing on the ground from what I've seen tells me he should be a black belt, but he is. He just recently got it. Listen, he has some decent wins. Okay. I will say his win against, Robert Hale is not a bad regional win where he finished Robert Hale. His win against Chris Mixon is actually a good win. I like Chris Mixon. I think he's a good fighter. He's a very, very good striker with power. So I think that win is also pretty damn good. But when I look at this guy and the way he reacts to punches, the way he got flatlined against Mashrapov was disgusting, dude. He got absolutely flatlined face first. Then the Raheem Forrest fight. Raheem Forrest lands a couple of punches, Tim, and he's like, it's the funniest reaction because he's frozen like a popsicle with his hands down while he's like hurt, and boom, 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 boom. He's just like hitting him, boom, down he goes. And even in the Mixon fight, he was hurt very, very bad in round 2. Like he should have finished him, honestly. Mixon should have finished him. Jalen Fuller, not really known for a lot of power, fucking just killed him. And now you give him one of like the biggest fucking power punchers in the division, young, hungry guy, much bigger. It just kind of shitty, to be honest. The other problem with Tristan Vines is he needs to get the fight to the ground, and his wrestling is not very good at all. Like if he had good wrestling, honestly, like he'd probably give Atiba a little bit of issue, because we've seen Atiba get taken down in Dana White's Contender Series against the guy that was 170 pounder, Nurato or whatever the hell his name was, right? And Atiba's kind of clueless on his back, to be honest. He probably still is, So if you can get him flat on his back, he might be a clueless guy, where you can pass and do things to him. But I just don't think Vines is the guy. They're bringing in one of the chinniest guys in the regionals to fight a nuclear hitter in Atiba. So, yeah, they're trying to get him a KO. There's nothing to bet, really. Like, if you want to bet something, quite honestly, you know what I think has value? And I'm not kidding. Atiba round 2 at like plus 500, or even the over 1.5. I mean, when do you see a over 1.5 at plus 500? One. Just name one. I've never seen that. It's plus, dude, it's plus 500 for an over 1.5. You know what I'm saying? Like, would I fault you for betting that? Absolutely not. I think if you did this bet over the long run, you probably win money, honestly, because it's still at the end of the MMA. Could get taken down, and if he gets taken down, honestly, Atiba has not shown like the fight against that guy. Like he couldn't get up. He was on the ground the whole time till the belt, till the round was over. So, yeah, I mean, I'm high on this guy as far as striking is concerned. I want to see his grappling. I want to see him get taken down, and what happens then? What happens when he's on his back?
The UFC doesn't want to see that.
That's exactly right. They don't want to see that. That's what's happening. They're giving him guys that can't grapple for shit.
Yep.
Medina has no clue how to grapple. Robert Valentin, a little bit, but he's not really a wrestler. But I don't even know what that was against Robert Valentin. Just like telling him to come on, but then shelling up when he hits him. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Weird thing. But yeah, I mean, we're going on too much about this fight. It's going to be Atiba, probably round 1, maybe in under half a round. I don't even know what that is. Under half a round.
Bad, I'm sure.
All right. Let's move on. Fight number 10. It is in the middleweight division. It is the 14-3 Joe Pyfer, 29 years old, 6'2", 75-inch reach, versus the 28-6-1 Abus Magomedov, 35, 6'2", with a 78-inch reach. And I will kick this one off. This is a awkward fight. Like Pyfer's minus 255, comeback on Abus is 215. I do think both guys are dangerous on the feet. I think Pyfer has way more power in his hands, but I think Abus has way more weapons on the feet, right? He's got very good kicks. I think he's more fleet of foot. He's a little bit faster than Joe Pyfer, but Pyfer definitely has the nuclear power in his hands. This guy, I keep saying this, and I'll keep saying it. I think he probably has the most punching power in the middleweight division, like as far as one punching power. Like, it's insane. His power is insane. And yes, he didn't finish Calvin Gastelum, but how many times did he fucking drop Calvin Gastelum is unkillable, guys. How many times did he drop him in that fight, you know? And now he faces a guy in a boost. Like, here's the thing with these two guys. I think Pyfer probably has a little bit better cardio. Abus probably slightly better wrestling, but Pyfer has the better jiu-jitsu of the two. And then overall striking, I would lean Abus, but his chin is dust. His chin is not very good. But Pyfer has not really shown a bad chin. You know, overall, he's shown a pretty good chin. So that's where I think the intangibles here favor Pyfer in a big way. The cardio and durability. But I do think Pyfer needs to be careful in this fight. I don't think he could just like wing shots and not be scared of what's coming back. You know, like Gastelum doesn't really have a lot of power, to be honest. So I don't think he was very scared of what's coming back. Same thing with Marc-Andre Barriault. But remember the Razak Hassan fight, he was scared of what's coming back. So he went for takedowns. Do you remember that? So he needs to be scared of what's coming back here, because Abus does have power and he's fast. He's fast and accurate with the shots. So I do think Pyfer wins here. I think it could be a KO. I'm going to go with the decision here at plus 380. I think there could be some clinching, some grappling, kind of milking the clock here. But I do think Pyfer could KO Abus, but I think he's going to hurt him at some point. It's a matter of, is he going to finish? Is he going to go into guard? You know, what's going to happen? And he could definitely finish, but the KO price is not very good on Pyfer, which what I was looking at is like plus 135. So instead, I went with decision at plus 380. I think he can win a comfortable decision. Maybe he could drop round one just because Abus is pretty dangerous round one, but I think he wins rounds 2 and 3 against Abus. Abus round 3 is literally, he gives it up to everybody, even against the corpse of Pereira, like he was giving up that round. So, yeah, I like Pyfer here. I just think he has a little bit better. Tim?
Yeah, I'm on the Pyfer side here. I think he knocks him out in the first or second round. There's like you said, I think that you broke it down really well. I think that Abus is more of a versatile striker. Both of these guys have a little bit spotty cardio. I think that Abus's cardio is more spotty. And then there's just really no comparison to me on their chins. Like, just if they both are landing big shots, one is dying and one is continuing to fight. So yeah, I feel like if Abus lands anything close to the strikes that he was dropping Calvin, it's going to be over. So yeah, plus 350 on KO1, plus 650 on KO2 for Joe. I think he knocks him out.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of with the decision. I do think he can knock him out, but if it does prolong, like, does Pyfer have any knockouts later in his career? I don't think so.
Round 2, I don't think he has 3.
Yeah, he has none in round 3, actually.
I think he's like outside of like 7 minutes, he doesn't really get him. So if this goes over 1.5, I think you're very
Yeah, actually, he's never gotten a round 2 KO outside of 7 minutes.
yeah. That's
Sorry, I take it back. Austin Trotman, 7 minutes and 55 seconds.
okay.
That's the only one. Yeah. All right. Let's move on, Tim. Fight number 11. It's in the featherweight division. It is the 17-5-1 Youssef Zalal, 29 years old, 5'10", 72-inch reach, versus the 19-5 Josh Emmett, 40 years old, 5'6", 70-inch reach. And I will kick this one off to you, Tim.
Yeah, this fight is interesting. You have Emmett, who's like, I mean, that beard is great. I just got to give him credit for that beard. Well done. I don't know, man. Zalal's an interesting character. Like he's he can run away, like in the Calvin Kattar fight, and play, just put on his track shoes and run for 5 minutes after he knows he's won the first 2 rounds. And or he can just come at you and, if he doesn't feel threatened, he can go just super aggro and go for finishes. So I feel like this fight, the reason why I ended up on Zalal by sub is I just feel like Emmett's not a dude that's like fighting grapplers that are trying to take him down and sub him at all. Like I just feel like he's fighting guys that are striking with him. Him getting subbed by Yair was comical in the way that he got subbed by him. Like he just doesn't seem to like know really what's going on down there. And I feel like he's physically strong. And I think that guys, I'm actually kind of somewhat amazed that he hasn't been grappled very much in his career. Like, cause you would think like there would have had to have been some guys that he's fought that are like, I'm fighting Josh Emmett. This guy's got nuclear power. I got to maybe try to wrestle him and slow him down and take him down. Like, but he just really hasn't like that. So it's kind of amazing to me that, that's been his career, but that's actually been what's happened. So to me, I feel like this is, if Zalal hurts him, I think he could grab a neck after he hurts him. I think he could take his back I think he could take his back standing. I feel like if he gets a takedown, I feel like could be game over pretty shortly after that. I'm not super confident that he's going to go for takedowns. I just because I feel like he could just stay at range and be way, way faster. And the guys that have shown that they have an athleticism and speed advantage against Josh in the last, 3 or 4 fights have doubled him up and tripled him up on strikes. So I just feel like it just depends on if you're Zalal and you're afraid that the UFC is, doesn't want to see you dancing around in point fighting, and you might not get title shots if you're fighting that way, then maybe he goes more aggro in this fight. But if he's just going for the win, he's just going to unanimous decision and just run away and jab him up and kick him and do that and now strike him 2.5 to 3 to 1. But 6.5 or 7 to 1, I think is 6.5 to 1 on the submission prop. I'm like, yeah, it's worth a stab. Why not?
Yeah, it's funny that they say Emmett says literally every camp lately he's been saying, I'm in the best shape of my life. I have the most power. I'm this, I'm that. Every single camp for the last 4 camps, I've been hearing the same shit from Josh Emmett. Is he in great shape? Sure, he's in great shape. Fine. He's competed. He's competed against good guys. Topuria, LaRon Murphy, obviously he's going to be fighting for the title. So he's competed well with the upper echelon. But he also shit the bed against Yair Rodriguez really, really bad, where he got subbed. And, Josh Emmett has been in the UFC a very, very long time. I think 16 fights, Tim. He's faced 1 submission attempt in his entire career, and that was against Yair Rodriguez, and he got subbed. 1 submission attempt in 16 UFC fights, which is insane to see. He's just never faced anybody that has even come remotely close to trying to sub him, right? Will Youssef Zalal do it? That's the question. Youssef Zalal is a smart fighter. He does He does fight with a high fight IQ. He knows what he needs to do. Listen, we can talk and all the shit we want in the Cater fight where he was running away, but why mess around? He knew he was up 2 rounds. He knew he was going to win. Like, why even engage, right? All he did is run around, do nothing, and he won 29-28. He didn't care. Now, is that from a fight fan, it doesn't look good, right? We're going to say it's not fun to watch. But from a fight IQ standpoint, he didn't put himself in danger. He just ran around and won the fight 29-28. So the difference I think here in Josh Emmett is I don't think Emmett allows for you to just skirt around the cage, right? He cuts off the cage a lot better than a guy like Cater. And that was the ghost of Cater, to be honest, after we saw him last fight. Emmett is still going to cut off the cage, throw big shots. Emmett has way more power than Cater. It's not even close. So Zalal needs to be very cognizant of not being caught up on the cage, right? Where Emmett can throw huge power. The problem in this fight for Emmett is the speed difference, man. There's going to be an insane speed difference, an insane footwork difference, an insane, just look 11 years younger, faster, bigger. You look at these guys in the face-offs. Zalal is way bigger than him. And honestly, like, because of the pressure and the way he cuts off the cage, I think how Yusuf Zalal breaks up that pressure is with takedowns. I think he's actually a good grappler when he wants to grapple, right? So I think he gets him down. Hopefully, if he can take the back, he's really, really good there, Tim. If Zalal can absolutely get the back, that's where I think he's most dangerous. Submissions 500. I don't mind it. He's probably going to win a decision. Let's be honest. One thing I will say, I do think this line's a little ridiculous, minus 525, because when you look at Josh Emmett, he's still competitive, man. Even in the fight that he lost to Lerone Murphy, he was competitive, right? And in that fight against Lerone Murphy, Tim, he was a plus 275. Is Yusuf Zalal better than Lerone Murphy now? Like, I don't think so.
No.
So that's my problem with this money lines. It's Ilya Topuria. Okay, Tim. Ilya Topuria. Let's go back just a couple of fights. Ilya Topuria. Josh Emmett is a plus 265. And now Josh Emmett is a plus 410. He didn't show, to me, from an outsider, he did not show signs of regression in his fight against Murphy. He actually looked pretty good in that fight. Did he lose the fight? Sure, he lost the fight. I don't think he looked bad in that fight, even at 39-40. So, yes, there is a time that the hill is going to come and he's going to face plant and look like shit. But I can't say that this line's right. I can't say Zalal's minus 525. It shouldn't be. It really shouldn't. But, yeah, I can't get to Emmett just because I don't really see the path. The path is a KO.
It's all
Zalal never been KO'd. He's a weasel.
Yeah.
So it's like, how does Emmett win? He's not winning a point fight. I don't see it. So that's the issue for betting Emmett here. It's like I don't really see a path.
Dude, like 3 takedowns for Topuria, 1 takedown for Dan Ige, 3 takedowns for Scott Holzman, 1 takedown for Desmond Green. Outside of that, he's just isn't getting. Guys are trying to wrestle him.
Yeah, but that Desmond Green and Topuria, that was like fucking ages ago, wasn't it?
Topuria was just a little bit ago, but like the Desmond Green was forever ago, and Dan Ige was in 2021. But Dan Ige got a takedown on him. Like that's what I'm like. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like Zalal is a better grappler and wrestler than Dan Ige.
Yeah, it's crazy. Anyways, let's move on here. Fight number 12. It is in the light heavyweight division. It is a 31-5-1 Yuri Prochazka, 32 years old, 6'3", 80-inch reach, versus the 14-6 Khalil Rountree Jr., 35 years old, 6'1", with a 76-inch reach. And I will kick this one off. Man, this is the one I was going back and forth on. Kept going back and forth. What's going to happen? How is it going to happen? Yuri's going to pressure forward. Rountree's going to try to counter. I will say Rountree's looked the best of his career. Cardio-wise, striking-wise, fight IQ-wise, you name it, he's looked the best lately, right? And I honestly think he's rounded into a good fighter, a really smart, good fighter, fighting to his strengths, lots of power in his hands, lots of power in his kicks. He could sleep anybody. Honestly, he could. He's got a lot of power. Yuri, on the other hand, pretty hittable. Very, very janky style, right? Like very awkward. You don't know where punches are coming from, but he's got some elite attributes. He's very, very durable, very hard to get him out of there. Very good cardio, high pace for a light heavyweight, lots of volume from light heavyweight. And that's potentially where he can give Rountree problems, right? Like the pressure on, more volume, keep the pressure, front foot, and keep backing up Khalil. I do think Khalil is going to land some big shots on Yuri. Now, is Yuri going to take him? Is he going to get knocked out? I don't know. He has been knocked out, obviously, before by Pereira, but I think that was, he had kicked him once. He went down and then destroyed him. But yeah, I mean, Khalil could hurt him. Don't get me wrong. Khalil could hurt him. It's southpaw versus orthodox. Leg kicks could be a thing. I have seen Khalil throw the inside leg kick. Not as much, though. Not as much. He doesn't throw it as much. When you're southpaw, he absolutely destroys your leg. Look at what he did to Jamal Hill's leg out of the southpaw stance. Yuri could fight out of both stances. I don't think it's a big deal. And Yuri's the younger guy by a little bit here. So, man, I was going back and forth. Like I said, anything could happen in this fight. Honestly, anything. Yuri could win round 1. Khalil could win round 1. Yuri could win in round 3. I even think Khalil could win in rounds 2 and 3 because he's looked dangerous later in fights. So it's a mixed bag for me. And with a mixed bag, I give you a mixed play. Yes. So I went with Rountree Yuri split at plus 800. I don't know. It's just one of those things. I don't think Yuri's only been a decision like one time in his life. Yeah, one decision in his entire career in 37 fights. So it scares me. It scares me to put it because both guys are bangers. And I could see like Yuri finishing him maybe later. But Khalil is dangerous later, man. Yep. Like, don't fucking sleep on Khalil later. Like, he hasn't been gassing lately. He's looked very good. I mean, he took every shot from Alex Pereira, man. Every shot. Left hooks, knees. His chin looked really good in that fight. And we could say for a fact, Alex Pereira probably hits harder than Yuri.
Definitely.
So it's like, that's why I went with decision ultimately. I'm like, man, maybe Yuri can't finish him late, and it's a barn burner. So plus 800 on a split I went with. If you like one side or the other, I don't mind decision on either guy. Even like what's Rountree decision?
Plus 500, plus 550.
Yeah, no, there's plus 700, Tim.
Oh, really?
On DK.
Yeah, I like that.
That's not bad. That is not bad. Go ahead.
End split, round 3 Yuri. I see it the exact same way. I think this could be really, really close. Really tough to judge. Both guys can hit very hard. Both guys can be hurt. I like the durability on both guys. I think that Yuri probably mongoloids his way to a win, but I could definitely see Khalil, outpointing him and winning a decision as well and getting a split, or this just judges like just not really knowing what's going on and who's having the bigger moments when both guys are going back and forth and hitting each other pretty hard. So, yeah, I like the end split plus 800 and Yuri round 3 as well.
Yeah, Khalil looks like an absolute animal, dude, at face-offs. Like, he is thick as hell, man. It's incredible. That face-off was good, Tim. You got to go back and watch that face-off. Both these guys look big. Both of them look in really, really good shape. One of my favorite fights, honestly, for as far as like Yuri fights are always barn burners. Like, there's no boring Yuri fight, It just doesn't exist. So this is one of the fights I'm looking most forward to. All right, let's move on, Tim. It is the co-main event, and it is for the bantamweight title. It is the challenger, the 18-5. Corey Sandhagen, 33 years old, 5'11", 70-inch reach, versus the 20-4 Merab Dvalishvili, the champion, 34 years old, 5'6", 68-inch reach, Tim. And it's for the bantamweight title. What do you have here, Tim? 750 live viewers waiting for your Lambo play on the co-main event.
Very, very good fight. Really excited for this fight. I feel like the line is, obviously people are using their money that they've won on Merab over his last 1 million fights to juice this lineup, and all the parlay boys are going crazy with it and just keep parlaying them. But I don't know. I feel like this is one of his tougher matchups with Corey. I feel Corey's got flashy, dangerous striking, knees, elbows, very well-rounded fighter, good jiu-jitsu, can go through different transitions on the ground and find his way from being on defense and sweep to get to offense. I just don't think it's going to be super easy for Merab to get his game off like he always does from the beginning of the fight. So obviously Merab cooks guys late when they get gassed, and I feel like that's going to be his path again in this fight. He's going to need to tire out Corey. But I feel like early, I feel like it's kind of similar to the Nurmagomedov fight. Like, I feel like he could be down, 2 rounds and have to win the next 3 in this fight. Or it could be split in the first 2 rounds and maybe lose round 3, and then he's got to win both the fourth and the fifth. I feel like just like striking moments and damage on the feet, I just don't feel like it's going to be super easy for him to just rinse and repeat takedowns and not have to scramble a bunch with Corey. I don't think it's going to be easy I don't think like Umar had so much success taking Corey's back and being able to do that. I don't think that Merab's as good as Umar at doing that particular move. I just feel like he lets guys up and then he takes them down again. And I just feel against Corey, I just feel like when he gets up, he's going to be doing some damage. I feel like the boxing on Corey compared to like Umar's just much better with his kicks. I feel like that's negated versus a wrestler. Corey can hit him with kicks. He can hit him with strikes, with boxing, with elbows, with knees. He can defend with, front chokes. He can use knee bars to sweep and, like leg locks and shit like that to sweep. I just feel like he's going to be able to throw so many different questions at Merab while he's getting grapple fucked. So for me, I'm going to take Corey by decision plus 700 and Corey by split at plus 1800. I feel like good stabs at him to win a decision here. I feel like, could he knock him out? I do think he actually could knock him out as well, but I feel like it's more he'll have some moments that are pretty big and then just win rounds because of those moments. So, yeah, give me Corey. Give me the underdog at plus 700 by decision and plus 1800 by split.
Yeah. Corey has no power, honestly, like zero power in his hands. It's got shit power. If he's going to knock him out, it's a flying knee or a kick or if you look at his career, he's got 8 knockouts and like quite literally all of them are like bullshit. Injury, doctor stoppage, flying knee, wheel kick. That's already 4 of them. Ground and pound, 5. Body shot is 6. Another knee is 7, and a head kick is 8. Like, they're literally, there's nothing, like, he really doesn't have power in his hands. He just doesn't, you know. He's touching you a lot. You know, he's got good striking, don't get me wrong, but I just don't think he has enough power in his hands to really scare Merab with anything. And I agree with you. Like, my Lambo is going to be Sandhagen decision. I don't think it hits, to be honest. And here's my reasoning of why I don't think it hits. When I watch Sandhagen, does he scramble well? Sure. Does he get up? Yes. He's hard to hold down, like everybody says. But in fights that have progressed, in fights that have gone a little bit deeper, and there's been grappling, like, for instance, the Umar fight, right? There was a lot of grappling back and forth. What happened in round 5 to Sandhagen? He laid on his back for 2.5. He couldn't get up. He was on his back against a guy like Umar, who he is a good wrestler, but it's Umar cardio anywhere near Merab's? It's not. Is Umar shooting a million takedowns like Merab? It's not. So you got to work way harder with a guy like Merab, in my opinion, than Umar. Yeah, Umar has better striking. You have to worry about his striking more, which potentially opens up takedowns. But Merab is, like, going to be nonstop, dude. Like, nonstop takedowns. He's going to take down Corey multiple times. Corey's probably going to scramble back up, you know. But I have seen him slow down and tire down when there's been a lot of grappling. Look at the Dillashaw fight. Look at what happens. Dillashaw, there was one point, Corey, you know, tries to Imanari roll, lands up on bottom, and he just sits there for 2 minutes. Then in that same fight, as he's getting tired, Dillashaw's holding him, has a body lock up against the fence for, you know, many minutes at a time, many different times. And if you give those positions to Merab, you know what he's going to do. He's going to grind your ass back down. You're going to get back up. He's going to grind you back down, and it's going to be rinse and repeat, and you're just going to tire yourself out trying to get back up every time. And so that's my issue with Corey's. Like, yes, I do think he gets back up, but he's pretty easy to take down, man. He throws a lot of kicks. That's one. He throws a lot of spinning stuff. That's two. So he gets taken down a lot. And, you know, I could see him winning a round or two. I don't see him winning 3 rounds in this fight. It's hard for me to see, even though I'm giving Sandhagen decision, just because I think if Merab wins, it's decision. He's not finishing Corey. Corey's too durable. He's too tough. He's had good cardio. He's not going to break him like he did, you know, other guys. It's Merab decision. I think if you play Corey, finish only is probably good, honestly, on the Corey side. I think he's the only one with finishing equity here. Even though it's very, very tiny, in my opinion. But I think he's the only one with finishing equity here. So finish only on Corey is like plus 150. I don't think that's a bad bet whatsoever. I don't see how Merab finishes him. I really don't. Outside of an injury, right? He's not going to finish Corey, in my opinion. He's not knocking him out. He's not submitting him. So then how does Merab finish? You know? So I think finish only Corey is a good bet. It's a really, really good bet, in my opinion. But yeah, I gave out decision plus 700. I don't think it hits. I honestly don't. I looked at the line, and I think like Merab is just going to win this fight like 80% of the time. He really is. And it's minus 400. I think it's kind of accurate, to be honest. He wins this fight 8 out of 10 times just because he's going to keep taking him down, grappling him, taking him down, grappling him. And yeah, Corey's going to, you know, Imanari roll and get back up, but he's going to get taken down right again. And this is a guy that just doesn't slow down, man. The cardio, he's got much better cardio than Corey. When I watched the tape against Umar, right, where Corey just kind of like gave up in round 5 and just laid on his back compared to what Merab did to fucking Umar in round 5, just toying with him. I mean,
he seemed to slow versus Peter Yan too.
Yeah, Merab is just built different, man. I don't want to bet against this fucking guy.
Yeah.
He's an annoying He's an annoying guy to bet against because he's so good at that one thing and he's going to keep doing that. He's not going to go away from it. Even though people are saying, oh, well, he's saying he's going to strike with Corey for 25 minutes. Come on, guys. Merab just is this. He yaps all the time. He's going to go to the grappling. Like, we know that. So, yeah, I mean, that's it. I'm going to go with decision with you, but it's probably not hitting. 753 live viewers. Please do me a favor. Hit the like down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Really appreciate it. Appreciate all of you. Also, I have a bunch of links down below. One of them is my Discord. Get in there. We won about a unit and a half today on PFL. Slight win on Dana White's Contender Series. So looking to win a little bit more here on UFC. I don't have a lot of bets, honestly, this week, but we have some boxing bets and some other stuff. And we cooked them in the NFL yesterday with my man Kendrick Bourne, where we just laddered the shit out of Kendrick Bourne. And I made 7,700, Tim, on Kendrick Bourne yesterday. I got to buy a jersey. I'm a Kendrick Bourne fan for life. You know, like you have to buy the jersey. But yeah, links are all down below. Bet online. If you don't have Bet online, please get Bet online. You need it if you're betting MMA, like openers, all types of stuff. The links are down below. Use those links. You get, I forgot what it is, $250 in free bets. And also Bet 105. Bet 105 is an incredible, like, for lines, like really, really good lines, small vig. Yeah, if you like betting offshore and you know, these are two books that have been reliable. They're good to me. They pay out on time. So the link is also below for Bet 105. I think they have a promo where you bet $100 on the main event on either side, and if they win, you get $25 and some kind of free bet or something. So, all right, Tim, main event of the night, and it is the rematch for the light heavyweight title. It is a 21-1-1 Magomed Ankalaev, 33 years old, 6'3", 75-inch reach, versus the 12-3 Alex Pereira, 38 years old, 6'4", 80-inch reach. And you can kick us off here in the main event. I'll let you do it, Tim. Well, I have to attend to something real quick.
All good. All right. Well, anybody wearing this T-shirt here is not gonna be bringing out any Ankalaev love. I mean, I think that the last fight was Ankalaev winning pretty clearly. I still feel like Alex did virtually nothing in that fight. And I still feel like there were 2 rounds that were pretty close, borderline 3, but I think two were close. And in a situation where Ankalaev had 0 success grappling other than cage pushing in 1 round, that's what I'm worried about in this fight, actually. To me, it's like he had went for 12 takedowns, got 0. And I feel like Pereira was like so concerned about the takedowns that he just didn't do anything. Like, he just didn't strike all fight, and was incredible on his takedown defense and incredible just wrestling and being able to keep the fight standing, but just kept throwing like these fucking naked calf kicks over and over and over and getting hit immediately after, and would never follow it up with anything like this nuclear left hook that we always hear about. Like, he just didn't even throw it. Like, I think he threw like 50 head strikes and landed like 13 of them in that fight. And that being said, it still was like 48-47 on 2 cards. Like, I just feel like that fight was there to be won. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. Do I feel like Pereira wins this fight? I feel like Ankalaev probably wins this fight, but I'm just betting like what I bet earlier in the week. The line's a little bit gone right now. It's now 10-1, but I bet earlier in the week, Alex by decision at plus 1,200 and Alex by split at 28-1. It's like 25-1 and 10-1 now. Like, I just don't think if these guys fight 10 times that Alex only wins 1 decision. Like, I think Ankalaev is pretty durable, can take a shot, and I feel like I feel like Pereira could win probably 2 decisions, or at least in their fight if they fought 10 times. So it's more of a numbers thing for me. I feel like the last fight was crazy close. The end split is plus 550 as well. Like, I feel like the last fight was not close, but the judges thought it was closer than it was. And it was 48, 47 on 2 cards. And I feel like, that being said, like, I had end split in the last fight at like 7, I think it was 7-1, something like that. And I was like, if he just does anything, just a little more in one of those rounds, I win that bet. Like, I just, that's it. Like, I just feel like, I think it's just right there to be had. Obviously, none of these fights are the same when you get, rematches and things like that. So I do think that this fight could go different in a bunch of different ways. I think Ankalaev could get takedowns this fight, even though he got none last fight. I think if he does, he fucks him up on the ground. I think Ankalaev hurt him in the last fight. He could finish him. I think the Pereira's durability is waning, and he's been hurt and finished multiple times. But I just feel like if Alex comes out just a little bit more aggressive, throwing a little bit more combinations, and can defend the takedowns in a similar manner that he did the last fight, I feel like this fight is very winnable for him, and by decision. So by decision for me, and split decision and split for Alex. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, Ankalaev minus 255. Comeback is plus 215 on Alex Pereira. I do think it's a bit wide, honestly. Like, it's a complete, 360 basically, or 180, whatever. But it was last time was like Pick'em, Ankalaev slight dog at one point. Now it's like Ankalaev big favorite minus 260. And like you said, like, Alex clearly won round 1. There was another round that was pretty close. Round 5, I would say, was, pretty close. Even round 3 was kind of close. So, I mean, I did give them to Ankalaev, like, where I thought it was 3-2 Ankalaev. I forgot which one I gave to Pereira. It was either 3 or 5. But the issue I have for Alex Pereira is you just lost a 25-minute striking match, right? You got 0 takedowns, and you lost the fight potentially 4-1, but 3-2 for sure. I have a problem with that. Like, this guy didn't take you down. If I was to tell anybody, here's the thing. If I was to tell anybody, hey, Ankalaev is not going to get a single takedown in their first fight, and they're going to strike for 25 minutes, who do you like? And I think 95% of the people would bet Alex Pereira, right?
Yeah.
That's my point. He lost the fight in the exact fight he wanted. He got the exact fight that he wanted and lost the fight. Whether it was he was too worried about takedowns, whether it was his hand was hurting, I don't know. But I don't think this fight is going to play out the exact same way. I think this fight's going to hit the ground this time, because Ankalaev just might change up the game plan now and say, you know what? I'm going for the legs. I'm going like hard. He wasn't really going hard for takedowns too. Like, he was like, when Alex was stuffing him, he was like immediately kind of giving up. He wasn't trying to chain or do anything. He was just kind of like, didn't want to waste energy, because I think because he was having so much success on the feet, he was like, fuck it. If I can't get a takedown, I can't get a takedown. I'm still winning on the feet, right? Maybe this one plays a little differently, and he's like, you know what? No, I'm going to try to take this dude down. And think about this scenario, Tim. He takes down Alex early, in round 2, and starts pounding on him a little bit. Imagine how much more Alex will be gassed from that type of fight, where he's on bottom getting beat up, right? He didn't have to deal with that last fight. So, I mean, he could use the calf kicks. He could use that outside calf kick. And honestly, in round 1, he had like a perfect scenario. Didn't get taken down. Butchered the lead leg with the calf kick, right? Won round 1 on all 3 judges. Proceeded to shit the bed for the rest of the fight. So, I don't know. I like Ankalaev. I can't. Watching back that fight, everything, if you tell me a perfect scenario for Pereira, it was that fight. It was literally that fight. He won round 1. He kicked the calf. He didn't get hit. He didn't get taken down, and he proceeded to still lose the fight. So, like, outside of him bonking Ankalaev here early, I just don't see him winning this fight anymore. Like, I think he's going to get taken down. And if you tell me these guys fight 10 times, 10 fights, I think he gets taken down 30 times total, or 25 times. He didn't get taken down any in the last fight. So I like Ankalaev here later, honestly. I think he's going to work Pereira this time. I think he's going to take him down. I think he's going to ride that fucking gas tank. And I think he's going to finish him in 3-4-5. I'm going to go 3-4-5 KO for Ankalaev at plus 850 here. I think he gets it done, man. I can't bet Pereira. And also, one more thing about Pereira, Tim. I look at his IG, dude, and he's in Dubai. He's in the Middle East. He's in fucking while this fight is already scheduled. He's in Australia. He's over there. He's over there. Are you fucking training for the fight, or are you just like doing a tour with the UFC or something? Like, I don't even understand what he's doing. And he doesn't really have a solid gym. It seems like he's like all over the fucking place now. I don't know. Have you looked at his IG and seen like he's literally training everywhere, dude? Like I don't know. He's at Extreme Couture one day. He's at fucking Teixeira's gym the next.
At least he's training, because last time he was all over the world just doing touring shit. Like he didn't train very much.
But even in this one, look at this. He's hopping on a fucking charter flight, and he's at fucking some game in God knows where. West Cole. I don't even know what this game is, but it's somewhere in Europe. July 25th. He's literally been going everywhere, dude. It's hilarious. He's always with that Nina drama chick. It's fucking funny. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I know he's serious. I'm not gonna say he's not serious. I mean, he's the former champion. He can't not be serious, but I don't know what to think of him anymore. He's got a lot of money now. Has he lost the juice? I don't know. Anyways, Tim, Lambo parlay time. I'm going to go first. I have a couple of them. Hopefully we hit one. It would be better if we hit two. My first one, it is Patchy Mix ITD. Austin Vanderford by decision. And Joe Pyfer by decision. 23-1. My second one is Patchy Mix rounds 2 and 3 with Daniel Santos rounds 2 and 3. We're looking from, I don't know, some crazy numbers like 80-1 up to like 200-1. So, yeah, that's what I like here. Those 2-3 versus 2-3. Last time that was the Lambo play that hit. We're trying to do it again here with Patchy Mix and Daniel Santos. What do you have, Tim?
I did Patchy ITD, U by decision, and Puna by decision is 36-1. And if you flip Puna decision to Nikolai decision, it's 74-1.
All right. All 14 fights, Lambo parlays, 772 viewers. Appreciate each and every one of you. Good luck tomorrow. And let's cash. Oh, wait, Tim. Hold on. One more thing. Do you have anything before I cash the tickets?
Yeah, you know what? I'm just looking. I'm noticing 78 likes, and we got 700 people here. Just be better, guys. Come on, be better. Just gently.
That is brutal. 78 likes out of 770. How is that possible?
It's brutal, guys.
I know why. No, I know. It's not their fault. It's hard. It's hard to do the left click on the like. It is. It's truly hard.
Sometimes
you might get carpal tunnel. You might get carpal
smash
tunnel.
The like, right? They say smash the like. All you got to do is gently press it, and it will.
No. You might get carpal tunnel, Tim. You can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, like, no, seriously though, press that like button, subscribe to Narco's show here. Go into the Discord, 25 a month. Come on, seriously.
Is
You better.
like and
You better.
subscribe. That's like and subscribe. That's it. Like and subscribe. Comment as well. That helps. I will be putting up timestamps shortly after this because people just jump on me if I don't put the timestamps. So appreciate everybody. Good luck tomorrow. And let's cash these tickets for UFC